We're dinking around with Eddie and Webby. Dinking around with Eddie and Webby tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we are back with another episode of Dinking Around, 3 in a row together.
3, baby, touch the tips. That's right. And unfortunately, we had a little bit of a technical setback when we recorded this originally, when we live streamed it originally, because even when you are an elite production company like Eddie and Webby, sometimes stuff happens. And, well, unfortunately, that happened to us when we live streamed this event, but that's okay. Through the power of magic, what are we going to be able to do, Webby?
We are going to make it seem like it was flawless. We are going to go directly into the live stream already in progress with the magic of editing. And we should do that thing that like they did with in Wayne's World where they would do like the flashback. It's like here in my special custom Eddie and Webby pint glass.
Oh, very nice. Well, I have an Eddie and Webby pint glass as well, and I'm going to be drinking one of my old standbys from New Belgium, the Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. And
nice.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. You can get these at your local store that carries New Belgium beer. You can also get them at the Orchard at Jigsaw Health, home of Tuesday Night Pickleball, which we're going to be talking about a little bit. And it's from New Belgium. They sponsor pickleball. They're a great company, great organization. We like them. We love to support companies that support pickleball. So go on out there and get yourself some New Belgium.
That's right. Cheers, my friend. This is going to be
Cheers.
another very fun episode. Are you nervous at all being live? Like I said, this is the first live episode we've done in a very long time.
Well, somebody already said the sound keeps cutting out. So yeah, that makes me a little bit weary about tonight, but whatever. We're going to push through it and see if we can't figure it out on the back end at this point.
That's right. That's right. But anything you want to talk about before we bring on today's guest?
No, people really don't care about us. They care about the guest. And I don't blame them.
That's right. Yeah, today's guest is a very high-level pickleball player who is not only a big part of the best live stream production company in all of pickleball, but she is also a star of the current season of the Arizona Pickleball League. Please welcome to the show, Arielle Butler. How's it going?
Hey guys, going well. How about you?
Doing great. We too bad we don't have the same high production quality that you guys have over there at Boxcar Productions.
No.
We normally do.
We normally do. But Webby, I have to challenge something you said. It was the highest production quality in all of pickleball. And as much as I agree with you, I would also say that us at Jigsaw Health are on equal level with the production quality of Boxcar Productions. So
I would say Boxcar does have some competition now.
Thank you.
What do you have to say about that, Arielle?
No, I agree. I think the Jigsaw productions are incredible, not just for Tuesday night, but the commercials and everything you guys do over there.
Now, so I said you're part of Boxcar Productions. If for those that are unaware, like what exactly is Boxcar Productions and what role do you have with them?
What is Boxcar Productions? Oh boy, loaded question. No, just kidding. Well, obviously it was started by Kyle Solinko, my boyfriend, in late 2020. And then Randy Coleman joined and a couple other awesome people throughout the years, including me, in kind of early summer of 2021. So we do we do the live streaming right now of the MLP events. Normally we have 2 courts of full production. The championship court and grandstand court is what we've been doing for the last few events. So super, super involved. Normally we have, I think the last event we had maybe 15 people on staff. So that's camera operators, that's replay operator in the truck, that's technical director, switching cameras, that's producer, that's transmission, that's wireless camera operators, everybody, scoreboard operators. It's a very, very involved task.
Nice. But yeah, like we said, you guys do a hell of a job. I mean, I challenge anybody to bring up a production that is better than what Boxcar has been doing at Major League Pickleball, other than the Tuesday night pickleball that's been going on lately.
That's just a given, though. We don't have to bring it. Yeah.
We're not going to bring that up anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we probably will a little bit, but anyways, but yeah, I definitely, like, anybody who has watched the recent Major League Pickleball productions can tell the very high standard you guys are setting in the live streaming world of pickleball, and I love it. Your replays are great, and I hope other organizations are paying attention. And Boxcar is amazing. That's all I'm trying to say is Boxcar is amazing. And I love the fact that you guys are involved in pickleball. You guys are making pickleball a better product, without a doubt.
Thanks. We sacrifice a lot of sleep and time to make sure that happens. So definitely
I've been fortunate enough to
the kudos.
I've been fortunate enough to be able to participate in some of the productions that you guys have done, and it's always a good time and you have fun. But it's long hours. It's tiring. It's gruesome. For some reason, pickleball still thinks it's a good idea to live stream for like 8-10 hours a day, 4 or 5 days in a row. It's crazy, but hopefully we're making strides to change that in the future. But we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Eddie knows. If you come work with us, you're going to get the full range of emotions. You're going to get blood, sweat, tears. You're going to get all of it in a very short amount of time. But all for the product.
Rain, moving into somebody's barn to do gold medal matches.
No. TOC 2021.
Yeah.
In our hotel with the rolled up carpet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brigham City, baby. It's a lively place.
I haven't been back since.
It is a cool city. I know I like the. It's just kind of a quiet city.
Yeah, that was my first and only experience so far. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and play it eventually, but yeah, that was quite the production. I guess it's got to be the first tournament to be broadcasted in 3 different venues, right?
Yeah.
In 3 days.
It's like a traveling production.
It doesn't even feel like it was real. And it was a long time ago now.
Over 2 years. So anyway, Webby, I'm sorry. I hijacked that. You probably had like a question or something, and I just
Oh no, you're good.
Over.
No, I was talking about earlier how Arielle is a super high level pickleball player, and that is evident for anybody who has watched any of our recent videos, because not only did she beat both Eddie and I in a 2-versus-1 match, but she beat me in a singles match, which doesn't sound hard to do in general, but
it's not, for the record, it's not.
But I gave her an extra challenge and had her use a pickleball paddle that they sell at Five Below. And for anybody watching, I'm putting pickleball paddle in quotation quote marks because, this thing, it can barely be considered a pickleball paddle. It is so thin. It's thinner than a ping pong paddle. The grip is very short. And with every hit you make with that paddle, you can feel the vibrations go like through your wrist, through your arm, everything. And somehow Arielle was still able to defeat me using that piece of crap paddle. And it was just, I'm still embarrassed by that loss because I should not have been able to lose to somebody using that paddle. How did that feel using that paddle?
Not good. I think I was almost hitting like two-handed forehands. Like I had to just push the ball along the whole time. It was like everything I could do to get it over.
Now, I do think you had a little bit of unfair advantage because the previous episode of Webby versus Everybody, I played with Sydney Sunday, and she was the first person to try using that paddle, but it didn't last long, and it broke after a few rallies. Like it just, I think I was actually, I don't know, it might have been tied at the point, or maybe I started to take a lead, but she went and I think she was hitting a return after I served it, and the thing just broke It went flying.
Well,
So,
Sid also hits the ball a lot harder than I do. So
oh, okay.
that might be a
Gotcha.
contributing factor too.
But before the match I did with you, I ended up putting a bunch of Gorilla Tape on it, like the real thick duct tape on it. And I feel like nothing is going to break that paddle now because it's so reinforced. In fact, it's probably wouldn't even pass the standards of today's legal paddles. It's probably way beyond legal. So I probably actually made it harder on myself. So I don't know. We might have to have a rematch at some point.
Yeah. Should I turn that in for testing at my next tournament? See what happens.
Yes.
Actually, that would be hilarious. Videotape it. You walk up with this piece of shit paddle.
That would
Get
be
it tested. Yep. I think that would be great.
Just see how they react. I'll keep a straight face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I would love
It's gotta happen now.
I would love that. But speaking of paddles, there was something that happened not too long ago regarding you and a paddle, and it kind of captured the attention of the pickleball universe. And there was a video.
Nice segue.
Right. I'm a true professional here. No, but there was a video going around that got shared all over social media, and it was featuring our friend Arielle here. And do you want to set this up in any way about what we're about to see?
No, let's just roll it.
Let's roll the clip. So we are here. Oh, wait a second.
We're gonna see.
Let's do some commentary here. Where exactly is this? Where is this taking place at? What's going on here?
This is in a bomb shelter. No, it's just what it looks like. This is in Pittsburgh at the Gamma Classic back in mid-August, so not too long ago. Yeah, poor execution on a lot of fronts in this video. Yeah, and then poor Joanna. If that had hit her, I don't know, I probably could have gotten ejected easily. So this is, okay, for some context, this is 3 points before we won the gold medal. Like, right after this, we called a timeout, we got the ball back, and then we had championship point and we won. So the frustration was more so from making the same mistake more than once and not adjusting. And then, yeah, so I hadn't changed my overgrip all day. Oh, nice. I see our comment there. How many times has this played?
I feel like we should just play this the rest of the episode. What do you think, Eddie?
Oh yeah, no, this is on loop right now. I'm just trying to figure out. All right. So, what were you trying to do with the paddle? Were you just trying to like swing your arm out of frustration?
Yes.
Like, all right, let's talk about
exactly.
that. Yeah.
So yes, so prior to this tournament, I don't do this anymore, but my like go-to kind of frustration reliever after something like this happened would be to turn around and then take my paddle and just kind of like hit the air. So if you can tell by the technique there, I was never intending to let go of the paddle. But like I said, I hadn't changed my overgrip all day. We'd played like, I don't know, 4 or 5 matches, and it was super sweaty. Sorry, this is too much. So it was super sweaty and it flew right out of my hand. As you can tell, like by the angle of where it's going. Oh, I look ripped in that frame. So yeah, so it's right. One more there. You can tell I was not meaning to let go of it, and it just flew out of my hand and then bounced backward toward the ref.
And that's what I think is the best part, is that if you watched up to this point right here, okay, all right, yeah, she's mad, she's gonna throw it. Okay, now it hits there, and then it takes this random bounce backwards towards your left. Like how? Yeah. What in the world? Yeah, how did it go from?
So I was swinging and let go of it here, and then it just flies straight out. Like if I had really been meaning to throw it and do damage to it, it would have gone straight, obviously, or straight down.
Oh my God, classic. That's so funny.
And then it was kind of funny in the comments on social media, people were like ripping apart the like your technique for throwing a paddle. They're like,
yeah.
At least if you're gonna throw a paddle, at least do it right or something like that.
I can do it right. So since this video, I've actually picked up a Gamma sponsorship. I guess they were so impressed by this throw at their tournament. They're like, well, she's going to be throwing paddles. We need them to be our paddles.
Yeah, might as well be a Gamma, right?
That's awesome.
Just kidding. I won't be throwing any more paddles, or hopefully even giving them the chance to slip out of my hand. Not at Tuesday Night Pickleball, I won't. So
no more air swats after a frustrating
I
point.
actually haven't done that since. I think it was a good lesson, but yeah, I definitely got a lot of heat on Facebook and Instagram, especially from the I'm not ageist, but there's certain age demographic that really had a problem with it. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw in the keyboard.
They were funny comments.
Yeah, the keyboard warriors were out in full force, and like it made me laugh, but it also made me mad because people were like, "Oh, what a hothead! She shouldn't be playing if she's going to do that kind of thing." And people are like, "Oh, I bet she throws her paddles all the time in frustration. She needs to stay off the pickleball court." So like, and then I just kept thinking, like, if anybody knew her, like, she is one of the nicest, sweetest people in the world of pickleball. So it made me mad, and like I saw that Dominic Catalano, he started kind of bashing people that were saying stuff, and then I chimed in. I was like, "Yeah, let's get him, Dom."
Shout out to Dom, always got my back.
Oh yeah.
So Lauren McLaughlin made a comment saying, "I saw it live and immediately was like, that was awfully awkward."
Lauren knows if I wanted to throw a paddle that I could. So.
Well, Colt Alvarez says that paddle will be in the Pickleball Hall of Fame. And
they haven't asked yet, but I have there's a price for sure.
Yes, Colt also said just throw the 5 below paddle. That would be smart, but I still think that
Colt, we have to go get that one tested and check out the grit.
Yeah, luckily I have been able to compose my temper when it comes to pickleball because I actually am a thrower. Like when it comes to video games or like if I'm at my house and just something pisses me off, I'm
really?
the type of person like, yes, Catherine, really. But yeah,
perfect timing.
It really was. Yeah, Eddie is top notch when it comes to the Catherine drops. But but like I'm definitely a thrower. Like something about throwing something when I'm like full of rage or whatever, it just helps me get it out of my system. And I've had to replace a lot of video game controllers over the year because like if I'm playing a Rocket League or something or Call of Duty and somebody pisses me off, I just can't help but chuck the controller. Usually like I'll throw it like at the couch across the way, but sometimes like I throw it so hard it like bounces off the couch and then lands on the floor and then breaks. It's not like I just don't like chuck it to the ground or anything. At least I try to be smart about my throwing, but you just never know where the stuff is going to land.
Yeah, I thought I was being smart too, but close call.
Took
I know
weird,
how that can
weird
go
bounce.
too.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the fact like my hands sweat like crazy too. Like I have to get the ultra tacky, sticky over grips when I play, and if they get wore out and stuff, yeah, my hands are so sweaty that stuff would easily slip out. So I can definitely understand how that happened to you, and hopefully now that you cleared it up, the haters and the boomers they'll know like what actually happened here.
And even if they don't, it's really okay.
Yeah.
Well, it led to a good thing. It led to a Gamma sponsorship, which is super cool. Do you want to talk at all about that?
Yeah, Gamma's fantastic. So I've actually known most of the Gamma crew for a little over 2 years, actually. So we being Boxcar, first did the production for the Gamma Classic in 2021. And Jen Griffin, who is over the players for Gamma, I've actually known her since before then. We actually played a tournament together in, I guess it would have been late 2020 or maybe very, very early 2021. So I've known her for quite a while. But every time we would go work the Gamma tournament, we would just have a blast with their crew, and they were super fun and easy to work with. And then I know a lot of the other players that they sponsor pretty well. So yeah, they're a company that I've respected for several years now, and really like their carbon fiber paddle that they've come out with, and they're only going to be releasing, even better products here in the next year or so. So really looking forward to that, and just grateful to be part of their team now.
That's cool. It does seem like a great company to be able to work with. It seems like there is kind of a family atmosphere. I know I've talked to you and Kyle and Randy about the Gamma Classic and how much fun it is, how it's such a cool environment there. So it seems like it's a great fit, Gamma and AB.
Well, if you ask Randy Coleman, he'll say that I'm just following him around with Boxcar and then with Gamma, but
yeah,
whatever he needs to tell himself.
Yeah, we know the truth, Randy. We know the truth.
Yeah, great fit for sure, though.
That's cool. Well, and then also it seems like a lot of other exciting things have been happening for you in the last year. I know, Webby, you've been able to go to the Orchard at Jigsaw Health to participate as a viewer in a Tuesday night pickleball event. And Arielle, you're now a player on the Gilbert Gladiators. Can you talk about like how all that went down? And like this, it's super exciting. This is a big deal.
Yeah, how all of it went down, like how I decided to join the league.
Well, I know that you and Kyle had come out back when it was PPA All-Stars, like probably almost a year ago, and were able to hang out. And then it's transitioned over to the Arizona Pickleball League. So, like, were you interested at that point? Was it kind of after the first season? Like, when did you actually gain interest in joining the league?
Yeah, actually, we've come out for a Tuesday night twice. So we did go to one of the PPA All-Stars events, maybe last fall, I think that was. And then we were actually at what might be considered, I don't know if it was the inaugural Arizona Pickleball League night, or it was kind of I don't know if it was like an exhibition is the proper word. I think it was right before the league started, but it was Scottsdale Scorchers, and I don't remember the name of the other team at the time.
I think it was Tempe.
It was
wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, Tempe Tornadoes.
Yeah, it was.
The other one.
It was like what was to become the Arizona League, and there was a match that night with some local players.
I think we referred to it as a
really
prototype match, which basically was to kind of determine if this was something that was a viable option. And I mean, you were there. What did you think?
Mm-hmm. Right. So that was probably the first time, like for the Arizona Pickleball League, that they had the player intros and all the videos and the cold sparks and kind of everything that makes the like in-person production what it is and what makes it unique. And I thought it was so much fun, even just as a spectator. So then I followed along with season 1, not too closely, but I did watch some of the matches back in the spring. So I was familiar with some of the players and just thought it was a really cool product. And then, let's see, I guess when we were working MLP San Clemente back in, when was that? June? I don't even remember now. We visited with Patrick and Ashley a little bit, and I don't remember which one of them was like, oh, maybe you should apply for the league. Like, we've got season 2 coming up. It's like, oh, I think I could actually make this work logistically. So I went ahead and put in an application, and then was told I got put on the Gilbert Gladiators. And oh my goodness, this has been I've only played one match, and this has been the most fun I think that I've ever had playing pickleball. And just like I can confidently say that after one Tuesday night.
That's so cool. Webby, like when you first experienced Tuesday night pickleball, like what was your take at? Because I think it'd be good to get your perspective from a fan and viewer who's kind of inside and connected. And then once we do that, Arielle, I actually want to play some of the match and really just kind of get into your head a little bit as to what you were thinking and going through. So, Webby, what did you think?
Yeah, so I can talk about my perspective as a spectator, and then also my wife was with me, and she's not nearly as devoted to pickleball as I am, so she was just there strictly to go with me and see how it went, and we both had an absolute blast there. It was just so much fun. Like right from the get-go when you first walk in, you got people offering you some cowbells you choose which team is your favorite, and then you get a cowbell with their image on it, so you can support that team making noise throughout the whole day. The lighting in there is really nice. There's a bar, and you can get alcohol or pickleball cocktail or electrolyte supreme or just water, whatever you want there. So just that right there was awesome. There was food, so they provided food there for you to eat. And then we had seats in what was considered like the VIP section. It was like right behind the baseline. And just it was almost like being at a baseball game. Like you had to be on the edge of your seat the whole time. You had to make sure you're paying attention because you never know if like a straight pickleball could come flying your way. And like that's something that I like about live sporting events, especially like baseball games and stuff like that, is when like there's always a chance of getting hurt if you don't pay attention. But and it's just a pickleball, so it's not really going to hurt too bad. So you don't have to worry about really getting hurt here at this event. But it feels like you're like right there with them because everything is so close to the court. And the intros, there was like little mini fireworks like sparklers and stuff going on. It was almost like the NBA finals when the teams come out. It was dark and the spotlights were on, and we got DJ Pickle introducing all the players coming onto the court, and just stuff like that you don't really see anywhere else in pickleball. And it was just such a cool environment. And then the games themselves, super high level, top notch pickleball action, and the time just flew by. My wife and I had an absolute blast. And like I said, she's not even a diehard pickleball fan like most of us are. And it was super, super fun as a spectator. I would say that was the most fun I've had as a spectator so far in pickleball. And I've been to a lot of very fun tournaments, but just the environment there, the crowd getting rowdy and really into it the whole time. It's a super, super fun time. And if anybody gets a chance to attend one in person, I highly recommend it.
That's cool. Great synopsis. I can concur a little bit to what you're talking about. Anytime I've been on site for the events, I've been working. So I've been stuck in the back corner doing production, but you can feel the energy. You can kind of sense it. It was unlike anything that I've ever experienced in pickleball. I think Patrick and Ashley and the rest of the crew at Jigsaw Health have done an amazing job of setting up a venue that pairs perfectly with the Arizona Pickleball League, which, I got to spin my hat around. I forgot about this. Got to represent the Arizona Pickleball League. I think it pairs perfectly because there's a local feel to it. It's a small, intimate venue, as Webby was saying. It's a party. It's a good time. If you guys are ever in the Scottsdale area, definitely check it out. I think you can get tickets. Go to ArizonaPBL.com ArizonaPBL.com. You can find all that information. And also, it's every Tuesday night. It's a 10-week season, 10 weeks of regular play, 2 weeks of playoffs, and then finals. So it's a total of 13 weeks. It's going to be on every Tuesday night from here until almost Christmas time. So definitely check it out. You can check it on Orchard Pickleball's YouTube channel. And also we are currently simulcasting to the Dinks YouTube channel as well. So definitely check that out. But we want to give you a little bit of a preview and kind of step into the mind of Arielle as, she had her first match at the Arizona Pickleball League 8 days ago. We have noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed this at all too, you might have experienced it, but it's pretty intense and overwhelming, I'm assuming, from a player's perspective, to where typically you can tell that a lot of players are tight for the first few points as they're kind of shaking off the nerves or whatnot, missing some drop shots or whatnot. So I'm really hoping that as we go through this, we can kind of get into your mind and understand what's going on. But first, I want to start with the introductions, right? So you did play tennis, and so you're used to the pressure. I'm sure you're used to being announced publicly and being in the spotlight or whatnot. But before we even get into the intros, can you talk a little bit about, were you prepared for this? Was this something crazy and new? Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, so I watched week 1 between Scorchers and Pythons, and I think my biggest takeaway from that whole match was, oh no, what am I going to do for the intro? I was like, okay, well, I can't dance. That's out. Nothing with dancing for sure. I was like, okay, it's got to be something like really simple. So I don't think half my team even decided what they were doing until we were standing like behind the ivy, like about to do it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was very, very last minute. Yeah, so I did something pretty dumb, and now I'm not sure if I need to just do the same thing every time and be consistent, or if you're supposed to like mix it up every week. I'd never done anything like that before.
Well, maybe we can play the clip and you can kind of talk through it as we go through as the Gilbert Gladiators are being introduced at Tuesday Night Pickleball here. There's DJ Pickle doing his thing. All right, there's your competitors, the Scorchers. They just had their introductions, but we don't really care about them. What we care about now is the Gilbert Gladiators.
Are you ready to bring out the Gilbert Gladiator? Let's start with your captain, number 14, Greg Johnson.
That's just smooth.
Yep, I like it.
Craig's just smooth.
Number 11, Ashley Candelario.
Not as smooth, but
No, wasn't as smooth, but I like it.
Number 7, Augie Go.
oh, his name blocked it. Okay.
Yeah, all right. So what happened there?
Augie's was, okay, you know how when someone makes like this sign, and if you see it, then they like slap you or whatever? That's what he was trying to do.
Got it.
But his graphic actually covered up what he was doing. He still looks cool though.
Well, let's see how cool Arielle looks right here.
And number 4,
Not very.
Arielle Butler.
Yeah.
And then the camera stays on me and I just start laughing. So it doesn't.
Welcome to the orchard.
Not very intimidating.
But so the cool thing,
I think we're too nice.
but there's an energy and a chemistry amongst you guys that I think is really cool, that you can tell, that it's a good match between you. And I think that your intros, there's there is like a sense of kind of like vulnerability that was coming out throughout all of you, which was really cool.
I'm obsessed with our team. I think we're so much fun. Like I said, maybe slightly too nice, but once we start playing, I think that goes away a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's okay to be nice off the court, but how you are on the court matters. Webby, if you were to be announced, which hopefully one day, maybe we'll do like a Tuesday night pickleball
division.
Yeah. No, like a Tuesday night pickleball with maybe content creators or something along those lines, right? What would your walkout be?
Oh man, I feel like I would kind of take a page out of Arielle's book. It seemed like you did. It looked like the John Cena "You Can't See Me" kind of WWE influence kind of thing. I feel like I would probably mimic a wrestler of some sort. I don't know, maybe like the Shawn Michaels kind of thing, just like some kind of a flex, or the Hulk Hogan, the ear thing or something. Probably, I would have to work in wrestling in some way. So maybe blend like a few of my favorite wrestlers and do some of their shtick. And I think I would have to do something like that. What about you, Eddie? What do you think you would do for your intro?
Yeah, probably something similar. Like, I just remember growing up watching wrestling, and it's like you would hear Macho Man's song, Pomp and Circumstance, right? The graduation song start to play in the background, and it's like the hair on the back of your neck would stand up, and you're waiting to see what he's going to come out and do. Or Ultimate Warrior's music comes on, and he's just going to come out sprinting down the thing. So I think I would probably do something along those lines, like try and have a wrestler's type of move, because I think it's cool. And one of the things I love about Tuesday Night Pickleball is that we're encouraging that, and everybody has the opportunity to kind of be their own personality when they come out, which I think is very unique. It's not something we've experienced in pickleball before.
Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that people just are right from the get-go, right before the pickleball playing even happens. It's just a really fun, energetic thing. The crowd's going wild, and the players are doing their thing with the intros and stuff. And I do think like the more rowdy, and like if you do like the Hulk Hogan thing, like it makes the crowd get even rowdier and stuff like that. So I love that, and I think pickleball needs more of that. I know like the PPA has the hype guys that they use for getting people hyped up in the crowd. I think that kind of thing is good, and I think it's like getting the crowd really engaged and really into it even before the pickleball happening, or even before the pickleball playing happens. I love it. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for the sport for sure. All right, so now you've warmed up a little bit. The national anthem has happened. The rules explainer has gone out, and it's almost time for 0-0-2. I'm just going to let this play out, and I'm hoping as we do, you can kind of just explain, like how are you feeling at this moment? Like, are you feeling nervous? Is it intense? Yeah?
So I think I was the only one of the 8 players who had never played in a match like this at the Orchard before, since the Scorchers played the week prior. So I was definitely tight.
Well, let's see.
I don't even remember what happened.
Well,
I don't remember that at all. Blacked out.
Well, and here you go. I mean, with your first serve of the night.
At least it went in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't tell you how many people they've missed their serve, or they missed their first third shot, or either their third shot goes right into the net, or it goes like 10 feet above the net. Like most of Webby's third shots. So
Ashley told me her first return almost like hit the Orchard sign in the back.
Yeah.
During her first match. Yeah, so it definitely took a little bit to ease into the match, I would say.
Well, and you were partnered up with Craig Johnson, the captain. Mm-hmm. What can you talk through? Like, what was the strategy for you guys, kind of picking Craig as your partner, and what was the dynamic like, with you guys as mixed partners?
Yeah, so Craig is awesome. A lot of why we chose to put Craig and I together was because with Augie being a lefty. Oh, this point was this early in the match?
Mm-hmm. With the behind the back?
Okay, sorry. Yeah. With Augie being a lefty, it makes mixed a little bit different. And Ashley Candelaria is really confident playing on the left side, even in mixed. In our women's match, we primarily stacked with me on the right side and her on the left side. And a little bit of that is her reach is crazy. I mean, she's over 6 feet tall, a lot of power, good hands. So she felt really confident playing with a lefty and Augie. So obviously that left Craig and I paired together, but I think we're just gonna keep getting better and better. Like we had a really strong streak in the middle of this mixed match. We didn't start out the greatest, and we honestly didn't finish the greatest, but I think we did find our stride in the middle of the match. A lot of it was we just kind of needed to slow down a little bit, and some of that was nerves, playing a little bit tight, just working our way into it. But yeah, it was a blast, and Craig is so positive, which is really helpful.
Yeah, he seems like a great partner, very encouraging. Webby, is that the kind of partner you like to play with? Webby is somebody that's very encouraging, or do you like to have like the Riley Newman, like staring down at you and like rolling his eyes every time you miss a shot? Like which of those two partners would you prefer?
So I seem to have the best results when I have the Riley Newman type partners, but I much prefer the partners that are more supportive and not quite the Riley type. But I hate to say it, but like the times I've won medals in the past, it was with the more aggressive, not as supportive and not as nice partners, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Interesting.
What I prefer though is somebody who is more supportive.
Okay.
It's more fun because I would rather have fun and not win a medal than play with somebody that has me on eggshells and win a medal.
Yeah.
I know some people might think that's dumb, like, what they're doing must work because you're winning medals, but no, I'd rather not get the medal and and have fun.
I'm with you there too. I definitely would much rather go out and enjoy myself than win gold and be miserable or have a partner that's demeaning. Because yes, that has happened to me as well. Have you had that before, Arielle? Obviously not with Craig or with Ashley in Tuesday Night Pickleball. But.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've had a wide range of partners, but I don't know. I think, yeah, I definitely need someone positive and encouraging because I tend to get down on myself pretty easily.
Yeah. So
it really helps to have, a positive voice right there next to you.
Okay.
For sure. Like, yeah, I would absolutely prefer that. And like I said, like even though I said I've had good results with people that weren't very positive, I definitely don't think that's why I was playing better or anything. It's just mainly I just wanted to hurry up and get those matches done with. And then I don't know if it was mainly because I wasn't thinking about the game anymore. I was just like, oh God, let's hurry up and be done with this tournament. And then maybe not really like focusing so much on if I'm messing up or not would made me play better. I don't know. It's weird because like pickleball is such a mental thing.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. It's like I really need a mental coach to help me out because there have been so many times where even in singles where like I'll have a good lead, we do a side switch, and then I just totally fall apart mainly because I keep thinking, okay, don't mess up, or like just play safe because you're in a good spot now, play safe. But I didn't play safe to begin with. I was just playing more aggressive and doing good, and then all of a sudden I started playing safe, and then I started falling apart. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that switching from playing to win to playing not to lose is tough. Gets a little tricky. All right, so let's kind of fast forward now. So it's the end of set 1, game 1. You guys are tied 14-14. Both sides have blown through
Win by
2
one.
timeouts. And yes, this format is first to 15, win by 1. You've got Craig with the serve here. How are you feeling at that moment? Were you kind of nervous going into it? Like, were you feeling confident?
Was I nervous at 14-14?
Yeah.
No, and I think that was because of the win by 1, and I felt really good about Craig being the one serving at that moment. And I knew his plan there was likely to try to hit a big serve and then drive the third at Monica there, and ended up working out for us.
Oh yeah, no, that ended up.
I really liked. I liked our positioning at that exact moment.
Sure. Well, now we move on to it's now set 1, game 2. The other mixed doubles match, you guys were able to pull it off 15-11, and at that point you won the set. So it's a game set match format, meaning you won both games in the set, therefore you win the set. So now you move on to set 2. If you guys would have split, you would have gone into a set breaker, but that didn't happen that night because you guys were able to take both games. And then now we get into...
It was close, though.
Yeah, well, it was. So you can see you guys won 15-14 in game 1. Game 2 was 15-11. So yeah, very, very close games. Now It's you and Ashley. Now, obviously, left side, right side player. Ashley has some reach to her, which probably leads to being able to cover more court, a little bit more power. And you have, a lot of experience. You're very fast. You know the game really well. You're able to set her up. Is that kind of how it led to her taking the left, you taking the right?
Yeah, for the most part, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And we did stay on a couple points, not too many, but based on a practice session that we had prior to the season, we determined kind of our best formation is probably like this, with me on the right and Ashley on the left. And we tried a lot of different things, actually. We played some games straight up. We stacked this way. We stacked the other way. All against the same opponents, though. But just to get a feel for, maybe if we have some options, which I think we still could maybe play straight up here and there if we wanted to, or if one of us is struggling a little bit on our side. But yeah, I think this positioning worked out really well for us.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, it kind of led to a little bit of a slow start, but I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here because you guys quickly broke away, right? I mean, here you are, 7-2 right before the end switch. And I kind of feel like it was when you guys were probably at, like 5-2 when things really started to go in your favor, and you were pretty dominant in the match. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, I would say so. And I think even in the part of the video that just played, like, we really tried to communicate the entire time, even when we were up by quite a few, like even when we had a pretty good lead. I think, yeah, communication was really key for us, and we just tried to stay really positive and just really focused the entire time. But Ashley was so fun to play with.
Yeah, kind of like Craig, very supportive, it seems like, and just good, fun energy to her. Is that a good way to put it?
And she was, I mean, you can tell how focused she is here. Like, she was fired up the whole time. Yeah. I mean, she looked at me right before we started, and she's like, all right, like, let's go. And I was like, yeah, let's go.
That's cool. Well, you guys do the end switch at 8, and again, come out strong. As you can see, you're up 13-3 as of right now. Do you, in Webby, when you switch ends during a match, does it ever kind of throw you off at all? Do you feel like it takes you a few points to kind of get used to an end switch? Like, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I do feel like it kind of takes me a few to get used to the new side, even if it's indoors for whatever reason. Like, kind of like what I was saying before, like, even if I have a nice lead, whenever the side switch happens for whatever reason, I feel like I don't play as good as I was before. And I don't know, I think I feel like it's probably more mental than anything at that point too, like, because the indoors, really, it shouldn't have much, if any, impact, just changing sides. But I do feel like it does impact me in some way. What about you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, I agree with you. Indoors, you're not going to get changes in wind. You're not going to get changes in sun. But here at the Orchard, when you're on the side that the Scorchers are on right now, your backdrop is it's a static wall, right? It's, there's no movement, anything like that. It is what it is. The other side, you have people in the fan zone. Obviously, when I play there recreationally, there's not people sitting in the fan zone. But when
Right.
Tuesday Night Pickleball is going on, there's people there. So, Arielle, I guess my question to you is, does that affect you at all? Does it take a few points to kind of get adjusted once you switch ends here?
Yes, there is a difference just in, the backdrop, like we were talking about. I actually, and this is, I guess, because I'm on the Gladiators, but Ashley Candelaria's like family and friends all buy those seats right there in the end zone, the fan zone. And so when we were over there, we had a lot of support, and there were some funny comments too that I think actually helped us and fired us up a little bit. I doubt that they were like jeering against the Scorchers or anything like that, but it's definitely a difference with what you're looking at.
Yeah, it seems
She's
like
so
it.
funny.
And yes, Ashley does have quite the crowd that definitely represents when the Gladiators are in town. Here
You
we
can
are.
see
Yeah.
even right there, like I probably not enough, but I am not like smiling and laughing like that very often while I'm playing.
Yeah.
Like it was just so much. Obviously we won, so and we had a good lead, so that's a contributing factor. But even in the mixed match, like I noticed I just tried to stay really positive the entire time as much as I could and just enjoyed playing with Craig and having the team right there on the side cheering for us, having the fans. It was a really cool experience. Like I'm already so excited for the next one.
Well, and that was kind of what I was going to bring up here. Was this your first experience playing in a team format where people are on the sidelines? You got your GM there. You're all encouraging each other. Was this your first time, and how did that affect the quality of play and how much you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I played in a few like very small team events, nothing like this before, where you have like your team owner and your GM, and then we have a coach as well, who was on the side. So that was my first experience having kind of more of a full team in support of you right there, and with the fans and everything. And I thought that was so cool. Just every single time out or even between points, like high-fiving our team on the side and just instant encouragement every time, like even if we're up or if we were down, whatever. Just having that encouragement and support and advice just right there waiting for you, I thought was incredible.
Yeah, it seems like it would be cool. Webby, I really hope that we have like some ability to do some amateur team play in the future, because I really think I would like this format a lot. I think I would play a lot more tournaments or leagues more if it was more of a team based.
Yeah, I agree. It seems super, super fun. And I love the fact that there are more team-based events going on throughout the country. I know there's a Detroit Pickleball League now. I was asked to participate last year. Unfortunately, my schedule didn't allow it, but hopefully one of the upcoming seasons I can participate. But yeah, I absolutely think that would be a blast to do. Because I think, to me, like the team formats that are coming out now with Major League Pickleball and then the Arizona Pickleball League, to me, that is more of what pickleball is all about, like a camaraderie, having fun, not so much cutthroat, like hating the opponents on the other side and all this going on. Like, I just feel like this is more of a fun thing. It's fun to watch. It seems super fun to compete in. And I definitely think this is the way to go when it comes to pro pickleball and just high-level pickleball in general. And then even, like you said, even if we do like a amateur 3.0 division for us.
I agree. I think it'd be great. I mean, check it out. Everybody's high-fiving, having a good time. You guys won as a team, right? And that's the coolest part about all that is that
so much fun.
it wasn't an individual. It was everybody on the team. Everybody stepped it up, and you guys swept. That was the first. Well, there's been 3 weeks now to Tuesday Night Pickleball featuring the Arizona Pickleball League Season 2. You guys were the first team that didn't go to a set breaker at all so far. The other two matches, there's been at least one set breaker in there. And I think it just shows really kind of how strong the Gilbert Gladiators are and what you guys are capable of this season.
Well, what the scoreline doesn't really show, though, is in that men's match, it was really tight. And, I mean, our guys obviously broke away at the end, but I think they ran off 3 or 4 points straight at the end. They had a really good run. But it was, I don't remember exactly, but maybe it could have been 11 all at one point or like 10-11. It very easily could have gone to the other guys. And at that moment on the side, I was like, oh no, like even though we won the first set and won our women's match 15-3, there's a chance we might still have to play singles to win this.
Right.
Like
right.
that's the thing with this format is like it can really come down to that last match. Like, even if you won the first 3, it doesn't mean you've really done anything yet. Like, because we still could have gone to a set breaker. We could have lost the set breaker, and then we might have had to play the match breaker, and it very easily could have happened.
And think about that, Webby.
I'm glad
Like,
it didn't, but
like from that in that format, right? Like, this is what blows my mind. Obviously, Arielle, like you know a lot about it, but I don't know, Webby, if you spent time thinking about it. A team could win the first 3 games 15-0. And then on game 4, the team that has lost the first 3 could win 15-14, go to a set breaker, win 5-4, go to a match breaker, win 15-14, and win the match. I mean, think about that. Like, talk about every single game counts, and it matters up until the very end.
Yeah, I love it. I love it when it comes down to the wire and like everything. I mean, just everything matters. Like you said, I really like that. And as a spectator, I love when set breaker type things happen. But I know I've heard like from pro players in Major League Pickleball, they hate when it comes down to something like that. Would you agree that like that's like a horrible scenario to get into during one of these things, or do you sometimes look forward to it?
I think it's great for the fans. I'm glad I haven't had to play one yet. I think it'd be amazing if the Gladiators didn't have to play any sort of breaker all season and we just swept every single match. But I think it's definitely more fair than, say, like a penalty shootout in soccer or something, because in pickleball, at least for the tiebreaker, like you're still playing the full game. It's not just like a serve off or like
Right.
who can hit the best third shot drop, or like a hands battle to decide the match or something like that, at least. So it's just another like level of pressure. And I'm sure, I mean, it'll be pretty amazing if we don't have to play any of those, but
Right.
I think if and when that time comes, I think we'll just kind of take it in stride and try to stay calm and play in the moment.
Yeah, and you talked about the pressure. I'm sure, like, man, that would suck so bad if like you were the one to be playing singles and kind of below it for your team. But on the other hand, how awesome would that feel to be kind of like the hero and be the one in that singles point that wins it and wins the whole thing? I mean, I'm sure that's got to feel amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know yet, but maybe soon.
Yeah.
I love it. We've been kind of ignoring social media tonight, and I feel bad about that. So I want to bring up a couple comments and questions here. First question is from Colt Alvarez. Colt asks, how do you like the Orchard pickle roll court surface?
Good question.
Yeah, it's different. It's different for sure than your traditional outdoor court. I have actually found that it's harder to pick up slower shots with more spin. I don't think there's a huge difference when it comes to defending, like high pace balls, fast pace balls. But drops or shots in the transition area that might have a lot of like bite or spin on them, the court like really affects the ball on those, just because the court itself is so gritty. So a lot of that and what I'm trying to work on in my next practice there and before our next match is just I need to stay like a lot lower on some of those balls, especially in the transition area, and just to hit better thirds than I did. Because watching that match back, like I was not super pleased with a lot of my like third and fifth shots as compared to how I feel that I normally perform outdoors or just on a different court surface. But I think it's just a small adjustment. It's not anything crazy, but I think pickle roll is a good product though. And it's super, super functional, especially in that environment.
Yeah. Webby, you played on it. What did you think?
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like it was very gritty. It felt good to play on, but there were times where mainly if you put a lot of spin on it, I feel like because of how gritty it was, it really caused the ball to bounce in ways that I wasn't expecting. Once I got used to it, it was totally fine. But at first, it definitely took some adjusting for me. But I had a lot of fun playing there at the Orchard when Eddie and I played. In fact, I got my first ever singles victory against him. We did best 2 out of 3 skinny singles and best 2 out of 3 full court singles, and I was victorious in both matches. Oh yeah!
Let's go.
Was
did you win the
was
belt?
that for the belt?
Or
Yeah.
was it?
Oh.
No, it wasn't for the belt.
No, I was the belt holder
Got it.
at that time. I was the belt holder at that time, but we for whatever reason we didn't make it for the belt. I would have done it. Oh, I think Eddie hadn't played in a while, so he didn't want to make that a belt match just because he didn't think he would
No.
be playing.
You
at his
didn't
full
want to make it a
potential.
belt match because you didn't want to win, knowing that I hadn't played in a while.
Yeah, either way, it was for your benefit. It was for your benefit that we didn't do it.
All right, moving on. We have a comment from April Butler, and April just posted the little
Hi,
what's
Mom.
it? Horn? Is that your mom?
It's I think that's like a confetti
Oh, got it.
celebration thing.
Hi, Mom.
The color didn't come through.
Okay, a couple more comments here. Colt Alvarez says, my prediction is it's going to be Gilbert Gladiators versus Tempe Tornadoes and Orchard Cup Gladiators win it. I mean, obviously that's your team, so I think
like
I know
that.
what you're going to say. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. Webby, I mean, I know you you didn't get a chance to watch last night yet, so you haven't seen all the teams play, but do you have any prediction?
I mean, I agree that based on what I know and what I've seen so far, I do think the finals. I think this is a safe bet to say that these two teams will make it to the finals, and maybe it's just because I'm biased, but I would definitely vote for the Gilbert Gladiators.
There we go.
Appreciate it.
And before we let you go, Arielle, I have one more question that I want to ask. And actually, I'm going to start with Webby on this one. Webby, do you like to stay hydrated?
I absolutely love to stay hydrated.
And how do you prefer to stay hydrated?
Well, as a matter of fact, I like to stay hydrated with a little product called Electrolyte Supreme. I think it's made by a company called Jigsaw Health or something like that. But there's a fruit punch flavor that I absolutely love, and I always bring 2 packets with me every time I play pickleball. I drink one after my first match, and then I drink one when I'm done playing. And it definitely helps a lot because, as I've talked about this in the past, I suffered from major dehydration issues when I first got into pickleball because I did not stay hydrated enough. And I also learned that water alone doesn't do it for me because I sweat so damn much. It's disgusting.
It's really gross.
But yeah, so I tried numerous products like Gatorade and different things and other things I add to water. But for me, the Jigsaw Health was absolutely the best. I like the way it tastes. I like the ingredients they use. So for me, that is my go-to for sure.
All right, so your favorite flavor is Electrolyte Supreme Fruit Punch, which is good. Arielle, do you have a favorite way to stay hydrated?
That's actually my favorite also. Not even lying.
Nice.
Electrolyte Supreme Fruit Punch flavor. That's
She's
my
got great
go-to.
taste. Great taste.
Well, I agree with you there. Although my favorite way to stay hydrated is with Pickleball Cocktail, the new blue raspberry flavor. That's my go-to. I do take a bunch of other Jigsaw products as well. I also am employed by Jigsaw Health too. And there you go. You got your awesome water bottle that I take with me everywhere to the courts.
It's
guys,
fun to feel good.
It is fun to feel good. And Jigsaw's a great company, great people. They support pickleball. They put on Tuesday Night Pickleball. They have the Orchard. They're all in on pickleball. I truthfully love their products, and you guys can actually enjoy them too. If you go to jigsawhealth.com and you use coupon code PB for Life 10, you actually get $10 off of your order. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed in any of the products. I use them every single day, and I truly feel like I'm happier and healthier because of it. Again, jigsawhealth.com. Use coupon code PB for Life 10, and you get $10 off your order. And it goes to help content creators like Webby and myself because, well, this stuff ain't cheap. Right, Webby?
That's right. That is right.
Yes. Webby, before we let Arielle go, any other questions that you had for her?
I actually had one topic I wanted to bring up for all of us to talk about. I know we're probably going to go over here. We wanted to try wrapping it up here, but there's a hot topic that I wanted to bring up that I wanted to get your take on. Maybe this will be a new feature that I bring up on the show, like the Webby's hot take of the week or hot topic of the week, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But anyway, I saw something on social media, and it said that the 2028 new Olympic sport proposal got released, and pickleball is not on the list. So I want to see what you guys think about that. Is that a travesty? Should pickle be on there, or does it make sense that it's not on there? Do we even want it to be on there? Is it something we should give it more time for? What do you guys think? I'll start with you, Arielle. What are your thoughts on that whole thing?
I'm not surprised at all about that. I think 28 is way too soon, just with where pickleball is on a global scale. I think a lot of times people forget that the United States is not the whole world. And even though it might be like the fastest growing sport here, that isn't necessarily true for much of the rest of the world. I believe per the IOC, you need at least 75 countries with like federations, or they have to at least be under a federation. I'm not exactly sure, but
I think that's right.
I don't think we're even close to that number of countries being able to field a national team or anything like that quite yet. Obviously, we have a lot of pro players here in the States that could represent other countries, but not enough to be on that scale just yet. I thought the only chance it might have would be, just because the 28 Olympics are in the States, so we do get to choose like the what do they call them, demonstration sports. So I thought there might be a chance just because it is being hosted in the US, but really not surprised. Yeah, there are way more countries playing now, but I think it's still going to be a ways off to keep growing at a high level. I mean, even in the US, there are, a couple million players now, but how many of them are playing at, a 5-0 plus level? It's not as many as you might guess offhand.
Yeah.
So sad, but not surprised. But I think we'll get there.
Yeah, I definitely think we will too. What do you think, Eddie, about this whole thing?
I don't know enough about it to make a comment around whether I think it should be in the Olympics or not. But I think just making a general statement around pickleball might lead to why it's not there. And I experienced this. I went to the Hilton Head Motor Coach Resort a couple years ago, and I played pickleball with a group a few times, and they play every single morning. Every morning they play, and they are hardcore. It's literally a mile and a half down the road from Palmetto Dunes, and it was a week before APP Hilton Head 2021, and not one person out of the 30 that I played with had any idea that that event was going on. And the story that I'm trying to drive home with that is most people, they see pickleball as their little event that they do in their community with their group of friends, and it's a way for them to exercise and be able to play. And that's about all they give a crap about. If they take lessons or do clinics, it's so they can beat Joan or they can beat Phil, in their community who get an upper hand on them. That's all they care about. They don't care about pros. They don't care about seeing it grow on a national level. They don't care about seeing it on TV, and they don't care about pulling up YouTube videos on it. So I guess the reason I'm saying that is because, yes, there might be however many millions of people that play the sport, but it doesn't mean that there's much of a correlation between driving that sport to a national or world stage. So I'm not surprised that it's not being considered just based on that.
Yeah, good point there. And I'm basically going to mirror what both of you guys said. Not too surprised. I'm a little bummed about it. I do think it will eventually be there, and I was hoping that it would be a demonstration sport, like you said. I didn't think it would be immediately a full-blown accepted sport, but I thought it would at least be a demonstration sport. But Yeah, I agree. I don't think pickleball is where it needs to be yet. I definitely think it will be. It will. I would put money that it will be an Olympic sport at some point, but just got to give it some more time, I think.
That's right. Well, good conversations tonight. Arielle, it's been a pleasure having you on. With every one of our guests, we always give them gifts. Did I say gifts? With every one of our guests, we always give them an opportunity to be able to share anything they want, plug any companies, any sponsors, tell people how they can follow you on social media, talk about what you're going to get Kyle for his birthday, anything at this moment. The stage is yours.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got to plug Gamma for sure. Great products, great paddles, only coming out with even better paddles too. I do have a discount code for Gamma too. Maybe we can link that somewhere. But Gamma Pickleball for sure. Boxcar Productions as always. You can catch our next production at MLP Dallas, which is in 3 weeks from now. Yikes.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll be doing that one and the last one of the year at San Clemente. So yeah, and then Gilbert Gladiators. If you're not already on board the hype train, we've got seats. So tune into our next match on the 24th against the Pythons. It's going to be a good one.
Oh yeah, and I've linked links to your Instagram and the Gilbert Gladiators Instagram down in the description, so you can follow them. Another thing that I think Gilbert does a great job with is posting on social media, so definitely check them out. Yeah. Anything else, Arielle, before you leave us?
Oh, thanks for having me on, guys. Always a blast, and just love catching up with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you
Thanks for
soon.
joining us. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Arielle.
Have a good one.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we'll see you. Oh, man. Webby, it's so nice to be back in the saddle with live streaming. We had a little bit of issues with the audio. We're going to get that corrected before the final product comes out, so we're very sorry for that. But I felt a little rusty. How did you feel?
Yeah, I felt a little rusty right from the get-go. My stupid camera was acting up again. I hate that. The stupid dongle, it's loose or something. I don't know.
We need to get you.
But overall, I thought it was
dongle.
very fun. I always love hanging out and chatting with you. Having Arielle with us was very fun. She's seriously one of the nicest people I've ever met in the world of pickleball. We've been good friends with her for a while now, so always love getting a chance to hang out and talk with her. So I thought it was a very fun episode. Good to be live once again.
Yeah, it was fun. It was kind of cool because I feel like what we talked about tonight is something that all of us are connected to, right? You've got a chance to go out to the Orchard and experience Tuesday Night Pickleball. I work on the production for Tuesday Night Pickleball with Jigsaw Health. Arielle plays on it, but we also have a friendship. I've worked with Boxcar Productions. It's just like a big circle. So that was really cool to experience all that together. And Webby, I hope we get a chance to continue to do this more and more frequently over the next year or so. Maybe once every 2-3 weeks. You think we could do it?
I think we can do it, and I think we should do it. So let's do it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please let us know in the comments below what you thought about tonight's episode. If you want to see the audio version of this, you can find it on Spotify, all the areas where you get your podcasts. We got a lot of great content on our YouTube channel, some of them featuring Arielle Butler before. She's not a stranger to the podcast. Her and Kyle came on a couple years ago, right, to talk about Boxcar Productions.
Yep.
We also...
Long time friend.
Yes, we also just did as Webby mentioned, a Webby versus everybody against Arielle that you can click on. I think you need to point to it, Webby, somewhere over here, maybe.
Right here.
There you go. Yeah, click on that there. And yeah, any other final thoughts, Webby?
No, I just thought that was a very fun one. It'll just keep getting better and better the more we do these live, and we'll get more interaction going. The audio issues kind of threw us off, so we apologize for that, but it's going to be good, and we're going to get better as we go. We're going to get back in the saddle and get back to our old ways of producing the best top-notch pickleball podcasts in existence.
That's right. And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
So, yeah.
Pickleball.